Well, David, I don't know what kind of doctor that was, but did you see the poster had a flea collar on it?
A paw like for dogs, I think.
We'll get to the bottom of that, David, but nonetheless, here we see Team Exile, Genesis, ice cold, and their self-appointed leader, Genesis. And this is the first time that we've seen them, David, ever since losing in the finals of the Trios tournament. You can tell in their faces, David, that there's major disappointment, but they're still here as a unit at WOW Women of Wrestling.
And their opponents from Ocala, Florida and Buffalo, New York, Santana Garrett and Americana, the All-American Girl!
That's a great point, David. Not only did she pull the wool over the eyes of Team Spirit, but she also did the entire WOW fan base and, of course, Team Exile. But now we see one of the best teams here in WOW Women of Wrestling. It's Santana Garrett, former WOW World Champion, teaming up with Americana. They're the new All-American Girls, David, and they certainly have captured the hearts and imaginations of our WOW fans.
They certainly have. Santana Garrett and Americana are here in WOW Women of Wrestling, and we couldn't be more proud to have these two showcase in WOW. But they're going to have their hands full tonight in there against Team Exile members, Ice Cold and Exodus. And Genesis is on the outside. Eddie Furtz in the ring, our referee for this opening competition here tonight in WOW. The jackets come off of the All-Americans. Eddie Furtz says, let's get it on, get them outside, and let's get the bell, and let's do it.
As the bell rings, Americana for her team taking on Exodus for the team of Team Exile. David, speaking of tag team action, you just made the matchup, the big six-person tag team matchup, Team Spirit versus Top Tier. That is our main event, but right now, Exodus takes Americana to her corner, tags into Ice Cold, and look to take early advantage in this tag team matchup.
This is interesting with Genesis on the outside as the All-American. Right now, Americana going in against Ice Cold. Ice Cold twisting away on that left arm of Americana. Americana's in the wrong corner, Nigel.
She certainly is, and you have to think that the team of Exile has certainly more experience as a unit. The new All-American girls still relatively new to their tag team journey, if you will, now. As Americana powers out, side headlock back to Exodus. You know, she's been under the mentorship of Santana Garrett, but has done her fair share of training at the WOW Superhero Training Center, and it's really shown in her in-ring action, Dave.
There's no doubt about it. And also taking a trip down to Orlando to meet with Santana Garrett and her nice family, because she's a lover of dogs.
That's right, they both share those common interests, and I know that we both share common interests in seeing some of the best action, and we certainly have that coming up, David. Our main event is going to be explosive, but also let's not forget, David, tag team championships on the line here a little bit later on tonight. The Mother Truckers in action now as we focus back on this matchup. Americana looking like for a backslide on Exodus. Connects, Exodus able to power out.
The Mother Truckers are here tonight. Big Rig Betty and Holly Swag in the house, Nigel. And right now, Genesis is being towed by Americana and Santana, if you will.
Americana with both legs. Exodus able to power out. And Exodus didn't seem too pleased the last time we saw Team Exile compete, as it looked like Ice Cold was taking some of her double team maneuvers and stealing them. But right now, it looks like Americana and Santana Garrett working in a great tandem, David. They seem to be on the same page.
They're well-oiled, the All-Americans. Now, fans, coming up next after this match, we're going to have Gigi in there, Gigi Gianni, and her partner, BK Rhythm and Little J Boogie.
That's right, they're going to be here and in action. Of course, BK Rhythm will be taking on Holodead, who believes, David, violence is for everyone. Now, Team Exile, Exodus, and Ice Cold working well together. Ice Cold dropping the elbow and freezing any attempt of Americana to continue in this matchup positively for her team, David.
Fans getting behind Americana right now.
reason that Santana Garrett came back to WoW was to go toe-to-toe with her former tag team partner, Amber O'Neal. She came to the aid of Americana and was able to help her out. But now, David, what do you think the motivation is? Santana Garrett has accomplished everything there is to do in WoW. Do you think she sees that kind of future in Americana and wants to continue to pave the way for up-and-coming superheroes?
I think you're right on that, Nigel. I believe so. She definitely does.
Santana Garrett, the kind of competitor that we are proud to have in the WoW locker room. A locker room leader now as Exodus connects with an attempt of a DDT. I don't think she got everything she wanted out of it, but Americana staying as resilient as ever hanging in this matchup. Americana tags in to Santana Garrett.
Here comes Santana Garrett flying in, now taking down Exodus. Another takedown.
House of Fire now is the former WoW World Champion Santana Garrett, cooking at full speed. Santana Garrett, waistlock. Exodus hangs on to the ropes, but Garrett fires back. What a heck of a forearm, David. Side Russian leg sweep. And Ice Cold in to break up the pin. Ice Cold now standing back in the corner.
Genesis has got Americana on the outside. She's taking her out of action. We knew Genesis would be up to something tonight. There's a kick by Exodus. She took down Ice Cold. Santana Garrett slipping away from that kick. Santana now takes down Exodus. Santana Garrett hits the rope.
And then we see the Liberty Bell standing moonsault. Hooks the leg of Exodus, and the All-American girls walk away with the victory, David. What a matchup.
Here are your winners, Santana Garrett and Americana, the All-American Girls.
But David, take a look at the biggest story on the outside of the ring, the shoving match between Exodus and Ice Cold. Whatever the case is, Exile not on the same page.
Not